doing? So these are very strange days for us all. Every day something different seems to be happening, and there's an awful lot of uncertainty at the moment. Right now I'm working from a small room at the back of my house. A nice view, can see the sky, and really my life has become located to here in terms of work. And so for us all, we're trying to come to terms with this changing reality. And this reality may be temporary, but nonetheless it's uncertain at the moment. So it's understandable that we can feel quite a lot of anxiety. And certainly for me, that anxiety has been noticeable in terms of worrying about the future, wondering what's going to happen, trying to make predictions, reading and watching lots of news reports and social media discussions, but becoming aware that that's having a negative effect on my mental well-being. So I've been really trying to work on creating a distance, having some space from that during the day. I still want to watch the news, I think that's important for me, but I need to be able to find a space whereby it's not COVID-19 all the time. And so this vlog, I think, was in part because I was going to write a blog about anxiety and these very uncertain times. But I thought a vlog would be good because I suppose it's that idea of social connection, because we've been told to distance from each other, but we need to make connection more than ever now. And if that's through obviously online means, then we need to really utilise that. And certainly I do. We need to make connections. Keep those connections alive. They've become more important than ever. That human connection seems to be key. So I want to talk to you about a few things that I've been finding useful for myself that you might find useful. I think one of them is to really try to focus in on the moment, right now. And we talk about it, here and now. But more than ever, when we have lots of uncertainty, what we can know is right this moment in time, right this second, I'm okay. And that can really help with anxiety, because that's all we have in actual fact, because five minutes time hasn't occurred. It hasn't happened. The future hasn't happened. The future just keeps happening as we go on in the present moment. So if we can spend time really helping ourselves, so that can be some grounding techniques. For me, what I find very useful is literally just sitting in the chair with my feet on the ground. And I feel my feet, and I literally bring my energy and my attention into my feet. I notice them on the ground, and I start paying attention to the sound of my feet. I start paying attention to the way both my feet might feel a bit differently on the ground. And then I might notice myself then sitting in the chair and really feeling this sort of chair supporting me. And spending 5 to 10 minutes just being really present with myself sitting in the chair, really present to what my feet feel like, maybe noticing my breath. We call that mindfulness practice, but it's, in a way, it's quite simply just staying present to the very present moment. And right now, attending to the present moment is very important, I think, in terms of, certainly for me, in terms of managing anxiety. The other thing that I think would be really important, just as a thing, is to find something that you can get lost in. A good book, a hobby, so sort of a project, maybe it's playing the guitar. It's because there's some really interesting research that if we can do something, or an interesting idea called flow, that if we can find ourselves doing something that takes our attention, that we have to attend to, not too complicated that it's really hard to follow, and not too easy that it's something that is just, there's no challenge, but something to challenge us slightly, and we can focus our attention on that. There's some really good research around that idea that we can have, it can impact on our anxiety levels in a positive way, and it makes us feel less anxious. And the researcher Csikszentmihalyi talks about this, and talks about this notion of flow. So finding something that we can concentrate on. That could be knitting, I believe that certainly for some people, I have some friends of mine who are avid knitters, it could be writing. It could be something that I can attend to, that I can connect with, and that matters to me. For some of us, it can be listening to music. The research suggests things like watching TV doesn't really help in terms of flow, but certainly maybe playing a game could be useful. Doing some gardening, getting lost in gardening work, many number of things, painting the house. Again, none of those things appeal to me, but I do have a guitar that I'm trying to learn at the moment. So again, what I wanted to say to you all is, look, these are really uncertain times. And we are, all of us, trying to just come to terms with a very different reality. And if the things I said can in some way help manage our anxiety, then I hope in some way to help with that. The other thing I think is physical exercise, and again, that's really important. Exercise is a really important one. And the thing I would say though is we need to really obviously pay attention to social distancing. So obviously if it's going for a walk, it's going somewhere where it's quiet. Certainly for me, in terms of my anxiety levels, going somewhere where there's loads of people isn't just going to do me any good at all. So I want to kind of find somewhere that's quiet, even going out into the garden and doing a workout, stretching, anything like that can help me become more present to myself. So again, you know, I'm going to do more vlogs. I'm going to be doing one around meaning and searching for meaning in times of uncertainty. That's the next one. But today was my first one. Apologies for kind of going off a little bit and getting lost in my words. But bear with me, and thank you for listening, and stay safe.